everybody, to this edition of Trowel Time, coming to you from our campus here in Alma, Michigan. It's good to have you with us. It's a beautiful September day outside. Beautiful weather going on here. And with us, as always, on the couch is Tom Braun, our grand lecturer. Tom, welcome.
Oh, nice to be here. Nice to be here.
And, of course, Bill Finkell, the great Bill Finkell.
The great Bill.
Past
Yeah.
Grand Master, Grand Secretary.
All right, Bill.
Thank you.
It's kind of a delayed applause for
Well, yeah,
Bill there.
they didn't know whether they should do it or not. It was
Well, yeah, so.
Cheryl led them into it. So thank you, Cheryl.
We have an audience of 2, so it's doubled from last time. We're very grateful for our audience members. If you ever do want to really have a thrill, tickets for our show are obtainable on Ticketmaster. So,
They're hard to get.
Dirk Hughes is over he's standing at Darren's podium. Darren couldn't be with us today, so Dirk is at the podium and will be giving us our Masonic trivia this week. Our Masonic Minute this week, and we're gonna have a good show. So,
Yay, Dirk.
Yay, Dirk. So we're taping this September 18th.
Yeah.
As I said, the weather is absolutely gorgeous out there.
Beautiful.
today. Yeah, it's,
Beautiful.
way too nice to be in here. But as we are in here, welcome to the show. And you had a good drive up.
Yeah, very good.
Uneventful,
Just
like it should
Uneventful. Excellent, yeah. Especially with the Michigan construction and so
Yes.
forth. Yeah, very good. Dirk, you have a good drive up?
Wonderful. I slept the whole way.
Oh, excellent. Yes, he's one of our better drivers in Michigan, and of course that makes him just consistent with all the rest of us. So, Bill, what's happening in the world of the Grand Secretary's office?
Well, first thing is the Treasurer Secretary Day last Friday was a
Yeah.
big success.
How did we do with that?
We had a total of about 90 people
That's
in the
great.
audience. Most of them secretaries, but a smattering, if you will, of treasurers. But it was a good day all around. I think Kelly and Patty put some beauty on the beast kind of stuff.
Oh. God knows, I've seen you people. Yeah, so
yeah, but it was a great day. A lot of good comments.
yeah. I heard you got desperate enough, you actually allowed William Mitchell to talk to us.
Very briefly.
Well, as it should be.
Yeah.
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 So we had representation from the home, from the foundation, from member care was
Right,
there. They
yeah.
had some things out in the lobby, yeah.
Yep.
What would you say to a secretary who wasn't there but might want to start planning for next year?
If the opportunity arises, do this.
Do
Take it again. The advice I give to all secretaries was, and I'll do it again, get an assistant. And we've
Yeah.
talked about this before,
Yeah,
about
absolutely.
lodges who are depending on one person to run the whole show, and that person wins the lottery or something, but someone is not available, and they get into trouble.
Right.
Nobody knows where stuff is and how to find it, and
Yeah, I think last year you and I went through a list of lodges that had failed,
Yeah.
and over half of them failed because the secretary, something
Right.
happened.
Yeah.
They either
so get an assistant.
get an assistant.
Yeah.
We didn't have as many treasurers there as we had hoped, but
No, the
certainly-
majority of people there were,
Yeah.
were on the secretary side of things. So,
Well, it just tells you,
well, yeah.
you know.
Who wants to listen to Larry Inchko anyway?
The complete disclaimer of that is not the views or opinions of Trial Time.
Yeah.
Well, good. So, what else is going on in the Grand Secretary's world?
Well, it's getting to that point of Form 52s.
Yeah.
They do no later than October 20th. Get them in, make sure they're all filled out, completely filled out, every box. We've been doing this. Form 52. I think Grandmaster Levesque started
was
that
the
in,
first year,
in
yeah.
2014.
Yeah.
So we've been doing this 10 years, and Form 52 is there just to make sure you've made every attempt to contact people
Right.
and find out, how they're doing. Are they in financial trouble? Are they in health problems? So that's the idea.
And that process is meant for the secretary to do all of it. Is that correct?
Yeah, the secretary should do a
Should
lot
do all of it, none of it, right? None of it. The
forms-
secretary should give all that stuff over to the Committee on Delinquent
Yeah.
Dues, and they should be doing
The
that.
Form 52 should be filled out by the Delinquent Dues Committee.
And the secretary just sends it here. That's all.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
you know, the whole point of that was that other people would have their eyes on that process and be talking with members who had not paid their dues.
Right.
Not the secretary's not a bill collector.
Well,
You know, and other people in that lodge need to take responsibility for all of the operations of that
Yeah.
lodge. And so the master should have a Form
Well,
52 committee
it
that's,
specifically states that the secretary should not be a member of
Of that committee,
of
that's
the
right,
Dealing
yeah.
Dues Committee. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has enough to do.
he has enough to do. That's right.
Yeah.
Dues cards, what's going on?
Dues cards will be starting to send dues cards out in October.
We're printing those here this
Right,
year. Yeah,
yeah.
so we don't have to rely on an outside printer
Yeah,
to do
and
that. It's
so
going to
the
save
Grand
us a
Lodge-
lot of time and money.
It doesn't give a lot of time, you know. With Form 52 is October 20th, and they're going to get
No.
dues cards out after that. So get
That's
them
right.
in.
But because of Grandview, we can facilitate it here now, and I think that's going to be a big
Good.
difference.
That's
So,
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And those dues cards, do they need to be signed or something? Or,
They need
so-
to be signed, and I've got the seal of the lodge on them also.
Okay.
Yeah.
When do first dues notices for next year? So we're talking about dues now for fiscal or for calendar 2025. right?
2025.
So when do those dues notices have to go out to a member like me?
October.
In October? Yeah.
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 First dues notice. goes-
November, pretty much at the latest, right? Then you get the holidays, and then everybody's talking now about money, and you got Christmas coming up and holidays, and people are probably going on vacation a little
Yeah.
bit through that time frame. So, you know, I think it's important that we get the news out to the membership as early as we can about dues.
Well, I mean,
Right.
the Blue Book states they're due January 1.
They're due on the first. that's right.
January 1 is when dues are due, and
Yeah.
after that, you're in good standing.
Yeah.
Now, is Grandview going to have the capability of receiving partial payments for
Yeah.
dues?
It is, I believe right now, it's ready to go.
Yeah.
So on our end, on the Grand Lodge end, it's ready to go. The lodge has some things they have to do
Yeah.
to set it up so that the payments are transferred to them. And Darren just sent out a notice either today
I got
or
it yesterday. Yeah.
identifying how to do that.
Fantastic.
So check out Grandview, the videos and the resources in there. That information will be there, how to do that.
Oh, great.
But if you do get stuck, call Karen, Jamie, or Darren, and they'll be happy to help you. So yeah, and we'll be able to do
Great.
that right that way. I think that's going. I hope that makes a big
But our
difference.
members need to have an account with Grandview.
They do. So
in
it's
order
on both
to be able
ends.
to do that. Yeah.
And if you don't know how to do that, there was a postcard that came out some months ago now. It's really an easy thing, fellas. It's not difficult to do. And again, if you need help, there's help on the website, and there's help from the office staff as well. So
And I put step-by-step instructions in my last secretary newsletter.
you did.
Yes, I did.
And it was riveting.
Yeah, yeah.
It was riveting. So
Yeah.
if you guys need a real page turner, you need to look up the secretary's quill. I'm telling you.
Oh, boy.
I'm telling you, we're starting the budget process up here. I'm so excited. I'm fluttering. It's just going to be wonderful.
Fluttering, huh?
Fluttering.
Oh, boy.
Fluttering. We're going to take a break, recoup, and we'll be right back after these announcements about our Masonic store.
Are you looking for the latest Masonic apparel, materials, and literature from the craft? Look no more. At MichiganMasonicStore.com, you can find everything from hats and shirts to tumblers, blankets, and books. Our shirts come in a range of sizes and with logos and branding custom stitched for the Michigan Masons. Don't wait. Visit MichiganMasonicStore.com now.
And we're back. And Tom Braun, Ritual King of Michigan. What's going on in the ritual world?
Well, thanks, Bob. Ritual King's a little stretch, but I'll take it, though. We're real excited about the All Any Degree Day that's going to be on October 12th
Okay.
in Owasso.
In Owasso.
And we've got all the degree teams are set and ready to go. So if anybody is interested in bringing a candidate, our registration is going to be at 8 a.m. The candidate must have a mentor, bring a Bible, an apron, and a square and compass with it. Okay? And you can do any or all 3 degrees.
Okay.
So we want to make sure if you're interested, check with your lodges. If you're interested, you can either call me or you call Chris Owens at Owasso to do the registration.
Now, if you don't have an apron, Bible, or the tools, where can you obtain those?
You can obtain them through our store. They're readily available.
Wow, that's great. And do you know what the URL
I
is for the
do not.
store? You
Okay.
do not. Okay, well, there's a check against you, but I'm sure that it's on screen as we're speaking,
Right.
so.
I'm sure if you get to the Grand Lodge website or Grandview, you can check out the
Yeah,
store.
and very reasonably priced too,
Right, I
so,
bet.
yeah. And so everybody that's going, if you don't have those things, you need those, right? Will they be provided there?
They,
No.
you have to bring them with you and
Yes.
with the candidate.
So if you don't have them, guys,
Yeah.
you're not gonna get your work.
Don't
so.
rely on the
Right.
host lodge to provide them for you.
So you're now, and the lodge that you're going to be joining, they will have already investigated, voted, all that's done, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so so your mentor from that lodge and the candidate is gonna show up at Owasso Masonic Temple, beautiful building, by the way. If you haven't been there, fellas, it's a great place to be. It's big too, so it's more than adequate. At 8 a.m. to get registered. Correct. They'll probably have a little something to eat.
We
there.
will, and we'll do the entered apprentice degree. Will be
Beginning at?
9 a.m.
Ooh,
Okay. There'll be a short break, and then we'll follow with the fellowcraft degree.
okay, then,
And there'll be a break for lunch, and the Master Mason degree will be right around 1 o'clock.
very good.
So everybody should be able to get out of there at a reasonable time.
That'll be a
and
good
back
day.
to your family to enjoy that Saturday,
On October 12th.
12th.
Write it down, fellas, put it in your calendar.
Write that down. There
Good.
you go. I would also, as far as Grandview is concerned, make sure that all the DDIs, make sure that every member within our Michigan jurisdiction signs up for Grandview. Okay. You have to do that on your own. If you have any questions or problems on how to do that, you can contact our Grand Lodge office. Okay?
And it'll say you need your member ID number. And fellas, that's on your current or any past dues card.
Correct.
So just take the M off. There was an M on that old dues card. Just take that off, but the number, the numerical part of it is the same. So that's your new number.
And we are also excited about the ritual competition that'll start taking place
Where
in
will that be?
October. It'll be
I'm
at
thrilled.
the district level. Check with your
Oh.
DDI. Okay, these are all district competitions. Okay? And if you do not have a DDI in your district, contact me. You can. My email is at the bottom of the screen, and you can call me, and we'll make sure that you can participate in the ritual competition.
It's amazing how those things just happen, isn't it? So yeah, that'll be fun. So
And the last thing that we're real excited about is we created 11 short videos that explain the duties and responsibilities of the places and stations within the lodge. And those videos are going to be available in Grandview probably by the end of the month. Everything is all set. It's just now a matter of creating the links and putting them on there.
Okay.
So check with Grandview and have an opportunity if you have a new steward or you have a new junior deacon, they can get on Grandview, take a look at that video and see what their duties are to the lodge.
I'm excited about that.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, great stuff. Thank you, Tom, as always, for everything that you do for Michigan Masonry. And we're going to take a real quick break and be right back with Dirk Hughes and his Masonic Minute.
Every day we make choices. Choices to help ourselves, choices that help those around us. When it's time to make a choice about your senior living options, consider Masonic Pathways. We offer choices for entertainment, socialization, and most importantly, choices that make life easier for you. When it's time to discuss choices in your life, make Masonic Pathways your first choice and contact our care team today.
And welcome back. So before we go to the Masonic Minute, there is a piece of bad news. Once again, the shadow to the door has been closed, and we've lost one of our past Grand Masters. Brother Richard Ruland has passed away very unexpectedly, and that's a loss to our jurisdiction and to me personally, as well as many others in this state. Rick was my junior Grand Deacon when I was Grand Master, and he was instrumental in spearheading a program we had back then called the Beacon Project, which was to tutor kids in elementary schools across the state. And and Rick was always passionate about the fraternity. He was very active in it all across all the jurisdictions. I know he stayed in touch with all of his counterparts, and our hearts and prayers go out to Pat and the family for support and for just tenderness, that the Almighty will keep his hands and arms wrapped around them through this difficult time. So with that, we will, unfortunately, this will not air in time for you to be aware of his memorial services, but there are videos of Brother Rick that were done some time ago on our Grand Lodge website, and I encourage you to go watch them. And we're going to miss Brother Rick, and until we meet again, brother, fare thee well. Fare thee well. And now, let's go to Masonic Minute with Dirk.
And I don't believe in time.
Bob, thank you for having me and including me once again, representing the Michigan Masonic Museum and Library.
It's getting tough.
Yeah, I know.
But,
I'm burning time just introducing myself. Today we're going to be talking about Brother Will Keith Kellogg, American industrialist and food inventor and manufacturer. He didn't invent all food, just some food. He was born in 1860 in Battle Creek, Michigan. He started business early, selling brooms around his hometown, and was soon hired to run a new broom company in Texas at the age of 18. There was like a career for that, I guess, back in the broom years. A year later, at 19, he returned to Battle Creek to help his older brother John manage the Battle Creek Sanitarium, which pioneered health principles advocated by the Seventh-day Adventist Church, of which the Kelloggs were members, and included the promotion of a vegetarian diet. This led to the development of a variety of dried breakfast cereals they generally referred to as granola, with the most famous being cornflakes that they developed in 1894, with Brother Will often being credited as co-inventor, thus the food inventor. The Kellogg family then founded the Sanitas Food Company around 1897 to promote their whole grain cereals, specifically for the Battle Creek Sanitarium consumers. This wasn't enough for Brother Will, who launched the Battle Creek Toasted Cornflake Company in 1906 in order to distribute cornflakes and other cereals to the general public. It would eventually take on the name of the Kellogg Company in 1922. But Brother Will wasn't just about cereal. He was also interested in horses. Hopefully they're not related, or you don't cross-contaminate anything happening there. And he purchased a California ranch in 1925. He earned a reputation as a quality Arabian horse breeder before donating the ranch to the University of California in 1932. Also in the 1930s, he established the W.K. Kellogg Foundation, and with the help of his $66 million donation in 1934, which is worth considerably more today, that foundation has grown into one of the largest philanthropic foundations in the world, with assets of nearly $9 billion. So long after his death in 1951, the company Brother Will founded, Kellogg's, is one of the best-known food companies in the world, and the projects he was able to establish because of its success are still impacting us today. He was a proud Michigan Mason and member of Battle Creek Lodge number 12. Will Keith Kellogg. Thank you.
He does a great job, doesn't he?
He does. Great job.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah,
I'm CGI.
Oh,
that was
segued into the great. Yeah.
Fruit Loops, too. I don't remember the tag for Fruit Loops, but follow your nose.
Follow your nose. All right. Well, we've gotten way off the rails here. Yeah. Thank you, Dirk. Very informative and fun. So, one of our preeminent brothers, and it's good to hear of Brother Kellogg. So, all right. And with that, have a great month, everybody. We'll see you back here in October. Enjoy what's left of summer. It officially goes away on, the 21st of September, so you start autumn. Take some time, get out, see the state, go to Lodge. You'll be blessed and benefited, and so will they, because you did go. So, see you, everybody. Thanks. Bye-bye.